Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, hey. Hi. Hello, 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 hello. Hey guys, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Come on in, come on in. What's up, beautiful souls? Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Winning Wednesday to my thrivers, survivors. Let me do a mic check. Hopefully you can hear me. Y'all good? You can hear me? Let me know. Shout out to those of you in the chat. What's up, guys? Come on in, everybody. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see members popping up. I see thriving subscribers popping up. Shout out to all of y'all. I see ya. Shada Yasia, Sonya Mills, Cool 582 checking in from Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas, baby. Disarm Target 6891. What's up, Hazel Eyes? Hey, boo. Oh, gosh. What's up, Mika? How you doing? It's been a while for you. Okay, so good to see you here. Thanks for taking some time on this Wednesday evening, checking in with all of y'all. It's a pleasure to be here. Y'all know I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. I am so ready to have a conversation with y'all on tonight. Thanks for being here. Welcome in, thrivers. Welcome in. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're on this live, I hope you're prepared. You got your notebook, got your journal, got your computer next to you, got your phone with your note app accessible, because you don't want to miss the key points that gets shared in my lives. This is your girl, MamiSoTrue. I'm a certified life coach here to help you recover from narcissistic abuse. And then not just that, I'm here to celebrate with those of us who are in recovery, been in recovery, have recovered. You know, whatever your story is, you're here, and I welcome you. I welcome you. Subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. Let's try to get 100 likes on this live. Let's try to get 100 likes. That should be an easy goal, because there's always more than 100 of you. So let's make that a goal. Subscribe, like, drop a comment. If you're watching this on replay, don't be shy. Share your thoughts. Just because you missed the live doesn't mean you can't engage, you know? So shout out to those of you joining. Welcome to the live, y'all. It's so good to see you guys. I haven't seen y'all live since last Saturday. I go live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, as well as Saturday afternoons, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And sometimes we have special guests. Most times you're going to see me, your girl, MamiSoTrue. Not only am I a certified life coach here to help you, I'm also on my journey, and I try to share from a personal experience. And so, yeah, I'm here to celebrate, to help, all that and then some. But it's so good to see all of y'all in here. I don't know where you're checking in from, but what's up? So good to see you. If you want to, just go ahead and drop in the chat where you're at tonight. Some of you have already shared, you know, Texas and all other places. But if you're interested, share with the community where you are checking in from. You know, We would love to know where you guys are popping up. Look, Indiana in the house. Okay, 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 okay. What else I got? I got Indiana in the house. I got Texas in the house tonight. Seems like I got 2 people from Texas. Kevin Confield says, hello. I'm from Amarillo, Texas. I hope I said that right. Y'all know I'm a little slow. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's it. Monica Thompson says Michigan. Okay. Over there with the cold weather. That's all I know about Michigan. Shout out to my members. I see Keenly Ambrios just dropped in. What's up, Keenly? Kendrick Ballard said to Dallas. Dallas. Yeah. I heard Dallas is kind of like Atlanta. Is that true? Is that true? Because I don't know. I have yet to see it for myself. I don't know if I want to or not. But I think it got to be better than Atlanta. Because Atlanta is Atlanta. Atlanta is just ratchet old Atlanta. It's so good to see you guys. Some of y'all are probably in other countries, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you for having time, and making time. And I know you're not doing it for me. This has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you. You're making time because this is your journey. There's a reason why every single one of us is here. We all have a reason. Okay? So shout out to you. Oh, okay, I did say it right. Amarillo, Texas. That's what's up. Disarm Target checking in from Fort Lauderdale. Ooh, Sunshine State. Come on now. Gosh, Ohio in the house. Okay. Okay. Y'all true. I got you, Kendrick. Thank y'all, man. It's a pleasure to be here. Tonight, just as you read on that title, and I'm going to dive right on in because I don't want to hold y'all too long, and I want to make sure that I give you guys enough time and enough space to soak it all in. So like I said, make sure you got your pen, paper, journal, or just your mind and your attention. Because just as the live title reads, it's exactly what this conversation is about. It's exactly what this conversation is about. So I appreciate you, beautiful souls. Let's get right into it. Again, subscribe if you're new. You're more than welcome. Join this community of beautiful people from all over the place, all over the world. And like the video. Our goal is 100 likes on these lives, guys. We can do it. We can do it. I believe in us. And leave a comment, be respectful in the live chat, of course. I know I probably got a moderator or 2 out there, maybe jump in later, but you will get slashed up out of here if you get to talking too crazy. So be mindful, and I'm gonna try and do the same. I'm gonna try to be, polite and all that. But I appreciate you guys so much. You're in the dentist chair watching. Chosen One, all 2. Shout out to you all the way from Texas. Not in the dentist chair. Oh, I appreciate y'all. Y'all are amazing. But listen, guys, I have a very important word that I want to help spread, teach, mentor, coach. Really, it's coaching more so than anything. Some of you do reach out about coaching, and please reach out. Please reach out, book the session and get the help and the support that you need. But also know that on my channel and on my platforms, my goal is to advocate, spread awareness, teach, and coach. And so this is one of those lives where we are primarily coaching, and the purpose is bigger than me. So hang in there and take your notes as needed. But much love, y'all. Let's dive in. Thank y'all for the gifts and the love and all of that in advance. I truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you, Jenny Gaston, for sending me that floating heart. You're so sweet, love. But anyways, so again, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to this transformative live stream with your girl, MamiSoTrue. Today, we're talking about how you went or how you go from survivor to sovereign. Okay? from survivor to sovereign. And when you go from survivor to sovereign, essentially what you're doing is you allow these narcissists, these demonic, toxic people to hang themselves. Your survivor, your ability to not just survive it, but become sovereign after it in your recovery and through your recovery is essentially you handing this narcissist a rope. They look, hang yourself. And it's not because you're just some wicked person and you're fighting evil with evil. No. This is called victory. Okay? This is redemption. This is this is a win. This is a win. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. But from survivor to sovereign, you gave them the rope to hang themselves. They made you do it. They made you do it. They forced your hand. But this is exactly how it's supposed to go. The narcissist does not win. They cannot win. That's not the end goal. That's not how this is set up. So I'm so honored you're here. And if you've experienced narcissistic abuse, just know that this space is for you. It's safe and it's empowering, and this is where you need to be. If you haven't already, subscribe and join the community. And let's explore how we move from surviving to thriving, from victimhood to sovereignty. Okay? Because that's exactly how it goes. And for those of you in the chat watching, those of you that know, you know. Because if you know, you know. You went from victimhood to sovereignty. Let's break it down and let's make it clear so that someone who doesn't get it can get it. Someone who needs to catch it can catch it. Okay? So before we continue, drop a comment below. I'm going to ask you, where are you on your healing journey? Are you still surviving? Are you healing? Or do you believe you stepped into sovereignty? Drop it below. Those of you in the live chat, I want to hear from you. Don't mind me, but I want you guys to engage with me. I know I can't hear y'all, can't see y'all. Y'all can hear and see me, but I need to engage. I need you to be active. Do the work with me. Do it with me. Where are you in your healing journey? Are you still surviving? Are you healing? Or have you stepped into sovereignty? Okay? I am excited to hear from you. Please share your thoughts. Drop it below. Where are you? Say, I'm surviving. I'm healing. Or I'm thriving / sovereign. Because to me, thriving is sovereignty. When y'all hear me say, hey, thriver, or we're thriving, or I'm thriving, or I'm talking about being sovereign. Sovereign. All right, I see y'all in the chat. I see y'all. Lovely, 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 lovely. I see people saying I'm healing. People saying sovereignty for sure. You know, I see Leslie Renee, I'm healing. Corey Hoskins says, I think I stepped into sovereignty. Jenny Gaston says, detached and trusting in God's sovereignty. Hazel I says, healing. Jay Divine says, I'm thriving. Somebody else is saying healing 2 months in. Okay, Dominic Morris, thriving and sovereign. Sovereign and thriving, says Lucius Hour. Thriving, Thriver 2000. Hello, shout out to you out there in Minnesota. So good to see you tonight. Thriving. So there's so many different people are on different phases and in different parts of the healing journey, and that is totally okay. No matter where you're at, trust me, this space is for you. This place is for you. We get it. Just because some of us are in sovereignty doesn't mean we don't remember what it was like to be on the healing part of things or to just still be surviving. We know, because if you know, you know. So real quick, for those that are watching that don't understand what this narcissistic abuse thing is, I want to give you just 2 minutes to kind of help you understand that. Because just because I know, and some of y'all who are in sovereignty know, that don't mean everybody knows. Somebody needs to know something that's going to be life-changing and impactful for them. The education is important. So let's break down, what is narcissistic abuse? Narcissistic abuse is a form of emotional manipulation, severe emotional manipulation. This is the type of abuse where abusers seek control. They seek control and they use tactics. To me, it's cohesive control, because there's so many different tactics that these people use to gain and trap victims. They use gaslighting, they blame shift, they deflect, they devalue. It's a lot, and it's not always a romantic relationship we're talking about. Sometimes it's family. Most times it is. And you go through this cycle where there's no love, just a lot of performing, a lot of faking, a lot of hypocrisy. I can't even say it. A lot of criticism, a lot of backlash, a lot of fake love. It's just a cycle of diabolical toxicity. I don't need, like, that's how crazy it is. Diabolical toxicity, the type of toxicity that you don't really understand when you're in it. And it's hard to even explain it to people who've never been in it. It's crazy. You sound crazy when you tell people about what you went through with a narcissist. When the person doesn't understand what it is, or they've never been there, they think you're nuts. They think you're nuts, because that's how it is. Narcissistic abuse is crazy. The narcs make it to where even if you tell people what you're going through, they don't believe it, because narcissists put on this mask and have this outer image, and they control the narrative so strongly that everyone outside of the matrix sees them completely different from the person being victimized by them. And that's what makes it so hard for the people going through it, because they can't even tell their truth. And essentially what that means is narcissistic abuse silence your voice. They silence you. And as a result of all of this, the abuse leaves people feeling confused. They leave survivors feeling confused, isolated, and powerless. According to Dr. Ramani, if you have not heard of Dr. Ramani, you should check out Dr. Ramani. I highly recommend educating yourself with a clinical psychologist like Dr. Ramani Dorvasula. I probably said her name wrong. And Dr. Ramani, if you ever see this, I promise you, I did not mean to butcher your last name. But go check out Dr. Ramani and learn some things, because she is so amazing when it comes to understanding the psychological aspects of narcissistic abuse. Dr. Ramani has taught that the trauma of narcissistic abuse can create deep wounds. But, and I'm going to put an emphasis on but, although they create deep wounds, healing is possible. So if you're watching this, you feel hopeless and helpless and powerless, I'm going to tell you right now, you're here for a reason. So stick around. Stick around. Maybe you need to book a coaching session to help you really understand and get deeper into what I'm sharing on this live. So if that's you, don't be shy. Reach out to me. I'm here for you. She tells us that recognizing the abuse is the first step to reclaiming your power. Those of you in sovereignty, you know that. Those of you in healing, you also know that. The moment you realized what this abuse was, what it looks like, and you stopped finding excuses and you stopped calling them toxic, and you said, no, you're a narcissist. You're my mother, but you're a narcissist. You're my dad, but you're a narcissist. You're my sibling, but you're a narcissist. You're my husband, but you're a narcissist. The moment you accept the truth for what you are going through and what you're experiencing, this is the first step to reclaiming your power. And Dr. Ramani put a stamp on that. So I know I ain't just saying stuff. So let's break down the journey many of us take. And I'm going to break this down by using 3 key terms. I told you, have some notebooks ready, have your pencil, paper, all of that. 3 key terms that I want you to write down tonight. The first term is victim. The second term is survivor. And the third term is sovereign. We're going to talk about these 3 terms, and I want you to understand the reason why we're talking about these 3 terms. First of all, let's start with victim. What is a victim? What is a victim? What makes you a victim? A victim is the person who experiences harm and feels powerless. This is the person who feels lost and scared, ashamed, and trauma expert Dr. Bezel van der Kolk. If you've never heard of Dr. Bezel van der Kolk, he is the writer of The Body Keeps the Score. That's a book that I'm gonna recommend and tell you guys about if you're a reader, if you're really trying to really reclaim your power after narcissistic abuse and get into a deeper understanding of what you went through. There's certain books you may want to read. You may want to add this to your library. The Body Keeps Score. And I actually have a physical copy right here. One of my favorite books. One of my favorite books. Highly recommended. Don't say I didn't tell you about this. The Body Keeps Score. Doc says he's a trauma expert. He explains that victims often experience PTSD symptoms, hypervigilance, flashbacks, emotional numbness. If you've ever been narcissistically abused, do those things sound familiar to you? The crazy making residual effects, when you have those feelings and symptoms, you're in the victim phase. You're either being victimized now or you're just coming out as a victim to a narcissist. And I want you to understand that. Now let's break down survivor. Okay? Survivor. When you survive, you begin reclaiming control. Survivor. You develop deep resilience, self-awareness, and you start healing. Survivor. There was a research on post-traumatic growth, which is also known as PTG, if anybody has ever heard of it. This is by Tedishi and Calhoun. And I hope I'm not destroying these people's names. But they show in their work how survivors often find new meaning and strength after trauma. What is this also known as, survivor? Resilience, right? How many of us can attest to that? After going through narcissistic abuse, I've become resilient. I have found a new meaning and strength after that trauma. That's just facts. You can't call yourself a survivor if you're not there, if you ain't feeling those things, if you don't feel like what you went through that was intended to destroy and crumble you actually didn't. You might still be in victim mode. Now let's talk about sovereign. Sovereign. This means you own your power fully. Okay? You own your power fully. Sovereignty is self-governance. When you set those boundaries, when you live authentically, when you no longer are controlled by your abuser or your past, you're sovereign. You're past being a survivor. You're in sovereignty now. In psychology, sovereignty is known as psychological freedom and empowerment. Woo! Come on, somebody. Psychological freedom and empowerment. My God. Woo! Man, this is a transformative journey, y'all. If you mean that you really want to heal from narcissistic abuse, put your seatbelt on and enjoy this transformation ride. Because you're going to go from feeling powerless to becoming the master of your own life, honey. Whoa. Whoa. So again, now that I broke this down, let's revisit this engagement prompt that I threw in there earlier. Where do you see yourself right now? Victim, survivor, or sovereign? Some of you already answered it. Is your answer the same, or has it changed now that we done broke it down? Where are you? And if you doing this at home, write it in your journal. Where do you see yourself right now? Type it in the chat. Now let's dive a little bit deeper, right? So when we talk about victim, honestly, this is the beginning of the journey. This is the beginning of the journey because You think you're a victim, but you're really going through a transformation, and you're starting a transformative journey that's about to lead to a deep awakening for your life. The experience is disorienting and isolating when you're a victim. It absolutely is. Because as a victim, in the context of narcissistic abuse, the victim is caught in the web of manipulation, control, and emotional harm. The victim is the person who experienced the harm and the trauma or the injustice and often feels powerless, feel like they can't change their circumstances. Some of you are out there, you don't feel like you're gonna make it. You're powerless and you're hopeless and you're doubting the healing. I don't think I'm gonna make it, but I told you, Dr. Ramani said, yeah, it hurts. Yeah, it's traumatic. But healing is possible. You can heal after narcissistic abuse. There's many of us that are living testimonies of that. The psychological impact of victimhood, and we're going to refer back to this book that I talked about here, just briefly. Dr. Kolk, the leading trauma expert of this book, he explains that victims of trauma often live with symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. We talked about this. The hypervigilance. Somebody needs to know what hypervigilance is. Do you know that hypervigilance is when you're constantly being on alert for danger? Constantly feeling on edge, looking for danger. That's why you come out of narcissistic abuse. You don't trust. You question everybody and everything, and everybody's a narcissist, and it drains you mentally and emotionally. Okay, flashbacks and intrusive memories. They call it ruminating sometimes. That's that PTSD when you have flashbacks, certain songs, certain smells, certain things, certain conversations just brings back memories and flashbacks. Suddenly you're reliving all the traumatic crap that you went through, and it's like, shit, I done cut this person off. I done walked away, but why do I still have all these thoughts, all these memories, all these flashbacks? Because you have PTSD. And for many of us, it's CPTSD, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, as a result of years of chronic narcissistic abuse. And these flashbacks and these intrusive memories and the ruminating, it can feel so real. It's almost like you're reliving it. It can feel like it's happening in the present. And sometimes it puts people in a freeze mode. They can't get past that part. Then you have the emotional numbness. Oh, God, guilty of that one myself. Emotionally numb, feeling detached or dissociated from emotions and surroundings as a coping mechanism. These are the things that victims go through. Because this phase is characterized by confusion, fear, and the shattered sense of safety. That's what narcs do. They bring confusion. They make you confused about yourself, about life, about your life, about everything. They put fear in you. Some of y'all had narcissistic parents. They tried to make you afraid. And it probably worked in a lot of ways. That's why eventually we ended up attracting narcissistic partners in our adulthood. Afraid to say no, afraid to speak up, afraid to stand up for ourselves, afraid to prioritize ourselves, just afraid of being unsafe and doing things to keep safety, even though it was hurting us in the long run. It's important, though, that I put an emphasis on the fact that feeling trapped or powerless is a normal human reaction to the abuse. So if you're feeling that, don't think that it's a personal failure. You're not personally failing. You're not a failure. That's normal response to that type of psychological warfare, spiritual and emotional, mental warfare. That's what you go through with narcissists. That's what you go through with them. Now, let's talk about survivor, the survivor, which I also know as the awakening and the reclamation of your power. Survivor, the person who moves beyond victimhood. Sometimes people can't believe that someone who went through narcissistic abuse can say that they've healed or that they've recovered in it or that they're sovereign now. They awoken. That's what it takes. You awaken, you move beyond the victimhood. You start reclaiming control over your own life. Survivorship is about resilience. I can't stress that enough. This is the ability to recover and grow despite the adversity. That's why you've become their worst nightmare. Some of y'all have become a narcissist's worst nightmare. They never saw this type of resilience. They never knew you had it in you. Yeah, because you had to snap out of it and reclaim your power, reclaim your life. In spite of what they threw at you, you stood, you kept going. Matter of fact, they hated you more and more when they realized that they just could not destroy you. You just seemed very unbreakable. Man, survivor, this marks a turning point from being overwhelmed by trauma to now actively engaging in healing. This is what the survivor is. And going back to Dr. Richard Tedishi and Lawrence Calhoun, they introduced that concept of PTG that I mentioned. This describes how an individual can experience profound positive psychological change after trauma. So when I say it's possible and you will heal, baby, I'm not playing. The research is there to back it up. You're not too weak. You're not too broken. None of that. But let me be clear. Post-traumatic growth, PTG, is not just about bouncing back, but it's about growing forward. Write that down. I'm not just trying to bounce back. That's not what you're doing when you're healing. You're trying to grow forward. That means what? Finding new meaning. And also what? Finding deeper relationships and finding that inner strength. Resilience is there. Some of you have been so narcissistically abused, you don't even know how resilient you really are. You don't even know. You don't even know. Let me share some key characteristics of what a survivor is and what a survivor means. Survivors increase self-awareness. Okay? A survivor is the person who's like, I recognize the manipulation and the abuse patterns. Survivors develop emotional regulation. Okay, learning to process the feelings rather than suppress them. Woo, that's a good one, because Lord knows when you're in victimhood, you ain't processing those emotions. You're suppressing. You trying to numb it. You trying to get drunk and smoke weed and smoke up boxes and boxes of cigarettes because you trying to run away from what you feeling. I'm sorry, I had to say it because I've been there and I did it for a long time in complete victim mode, trying to survive, but still in victim mode because I was not processing, I was suppressing. Then I tapped into my survivorship. I developed emotional regulation. Now it was, okay, I'm sad. Okay, I'm angry. Now I can name the feeling, expose the emotion, and sit in it and feel it. Another key characteristic of a survivor is they begin boundary setting. A survivor is going to start experimenting with the word no. They start protecting themselves. What used to be hard ain't hard no more. It used to be hard to say no. Oh, now, I don't waste no time. If it's no, it's no. Sometimes it's hell to the no. Embracing hope. Another characteristic of a survivor. Believing it's the possibility of a better future. Because a victim ain't seeing the future. A victim don't even see that there's going to be better or that they're going to heal. They're just in victim mode. But survivorship is courageous and it's an active phase. It requires confronting the pain, seeking help. How many can say eventually I booked a life coaching session? Eventually I went and saw a therapist. Eventually I started practicing self-compassion. That's survivorship. That is survivorship. And if anybody is willing, you could drop in the chat. It might help somebody else. Can you share one step you took to make yourself feel stronger or even more in control? Maybe it was setting boundaries. Maybe it was reaching out for support. Maybe it was just you simply telling yourself, I deserve better. Share it. Share it. Help somebody. Share it. Share it. Let's jump into sovereign. Sovereign, let's break it down, because I told you sovereignty means owning your power and your freedom. Ooh, 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 ooh. Sovereignty, the ultimate stage of healing where you fully own your power and your life. Happy Winning Wednesday, for real. With that being said, to be sovereign means to govern yourself. That's emotionally, that's mentally, that's spiritually, without being defined or controlled by your past, by the past abusers, by your narcissistic manipulators. You are governing yourself. That means they can't touch you. They can say what they want to say. They can gaslight all day, but they doing it to themselves. They can manipulate the wall because it ain't working with you. My God, the psychological perspective says that sovereignty is psychological freedom. When your sense of self is autonomous, resilient, and grounded, it puts you in a state where you now set clear, non-negotiable boundaries and you protect your well-being. That is sovereignty. It puts you in a state where you now live authentically. Things are in alignment with your values and your truth. And if it's not in alignment with your values and your truth, you ain't doing it. It ain't for me. I'm cool. I'm good. You can't sit with me. You're not invited. I'm not coming. I'm cool. I don't want to be there. I don't need you. Living authentically. Doing things that's in alignment with your values and your truth. My God. Unapologetically doing it. Some of you are unapologetically healing and thriving. Woo! Because why? You're in a state where you no longer seek approval or validation from your abusers. Because guess what? Narcissists condition and train you to seek their approval and their validation. If you didn't know that, I'm telling you right now. You get into this state of sovereignty. I don't need nobody's approval. I don't care who likes me. They think I'm the villain. Cool. I'll be the villain. I'll take the villain card. I'll take the villain crown, whatever. You mad? Okay. Not sorry. I don't need you to validate nothing. Not my style, not my swag, not my looks. You don't like how I do something? Oh, well, that's a you problem. You don't like how I move? Too bad, so damn sad. That's a you problem. That's sovereignty, honey. When you embody self-love and self-respect at such a deep level, you're in a state of sovereignty. Because why? Sovereignty is radical reclamation of identity. Radical reclamation of identity. It's not just simply surviving or coping. It's thriving and leading your own life. My God. It transforms the narrative from victimhood to empowerment and leadership. This is why some of y'all, man, those narcs can't come back. They can't come back and narc on your door. Cause they see what you on, and they ain't even. You've become so unfuckawittable. They don't even want no parts of you. They better marry the next supply, because you ain't coming back around me. I will never sleep with you again. And you know it. They better latch on to your other siblings, because it ain't going to work with you no more. They see you're in a state of sovereignty and they are flabbergasted, pissed, disoriented, all of that. Because they used to have their claws so deep in you, they was comfortable. And now they out here desperately looking for somebody to replace you. And that shit ain't easy. And it ain't going to work either. Because there's only one you. Duh. Only one you. Not going to work, sucker. You're going to spin in narcissistic circles your entire life trying to replace somebody that you never even deserved in the first place. Somebody that was better than you, too good for you, all of that. Woo! Happy Winning Wednesday, man. Let me tell you, this is a very important part of tonight's message that I want to share with you. We broke down, the victim. We broke down the survivor. We talked about being sovereign. But most importantly, I want to point out to you how your sovereignty gives narcissists the rope to hang themselves. Because it does. Your sovereignty is really the true game ender here. It's not when you become a survivor that ends the game. It's when you tap into a state of sovereignty, when you fully have control over your life. This is when you truly have ended their game. They can go somewhere. They can go and play with somebody else's life. They can go and victimize somebody else and work on someone else and train someone else and milk supply from someone else. But it won't be you. Because I want you to understand the narcissist's power. Narcissists gain and maintain control primarily through manipulation and emotional exploitation. They control their target's reactions. That's why they do all that. They need your reaction. That is the ultimate source of fuel. That's why you don't give them anything. When you realize you're dealing with a narcissist, you don't give them anything. I don't have nothing for you. Not no response, not no reply. I don't need the last say. You can have it. They need you to react. Good, bad, ugly, they need it. You better starve that demon. You better starve that demon. Because their power depends on three things. And I'm going to tell you real quick for those of you taking notes. Number one is supply. Narcissists crave narcissistic supply. All day, every day, all night. It's constant. It doesn't stop. This is how they maneuver through life. Narcissistic supply. Attention, validation, emotional reactions from other people, especially their victims. Your responses feed their sense of superiority and control. That leads me to number two, another power that they depend on. Their power depends on control. Control. They maintain dominance by confusing you, gaslighting you, destabilizing you, and keeping you off balance, making sure you're completely dependent on them. They'll keep you on the phone all day, all night. They'll be in your ear all day or night. They literally do work to train you so they can have control over you on an emotional level. That's what they live for. That's why people be in that trauma bond so heavy and they be like, I love him, but he hates me. This person made you think you love him, but you really just confused. Because they said all this stuff and they did all these things. They completely destabilized you. They completely gaslit you, made you forget your reality. A lot of y'all forgot you was the shit before a narcissist came into your life. Now this narcissist then came in your life and you forgot you was the shit because that's what they trained you to believe. Because if I can train you to believe that you are worthless, and that you should be happy to be with me, that I gave you a chance. I can control you. I can control your emotions. I can control your whole life. I can control you mentally. I can control your spiritual walk and everything. It's a mind fuck. And they are so good at what they do. The last thing that I'm gonna share with you about the third thing that I'm gonna share when it comes to the narcissist power and what it depends on is secrecy. Narcissists hide their true intentions and vulnerabilities behind a carefully crafted facade. They leave you feeling confused and you doubt your own freaking reality. You start to gaslight your own self dealing with a narcissist. So those three things, supply, control, and secrecy, this is how they dominate. This is how they gain power. So what does that tell you? If you can control your own damn life, your own damn thoughts, your own damn emotions, if you can cut the fuel line and stop giving that narcissistic supply, and if you can stop believing and trusting their lies and understand that they have true intentions behind that mask and it's just a crafted facade, you'll have that narcissist hanging themselves. This is how you beat them at their own game. Sovereignty. Sovereignty is the rope the narcissist ends up taking and hanging themselves, messing with you. Because let me tell you what sovereignty means for the narcissist power. When you step into sovereignty, you reclaim your personal power. You set firm boundaries. You refuse to engage in their manipulative tactics and games. That brutal cutoff is so necessary and so powerful and so life-saving and changing. It's so damn necessary, I can't even stress it enough. Let me tell you how your sovereignty dismantles their control and it literally gives them a rope where they can hang themselves on. We just talked about it. Number one, you cutting the supply. You cutting those fuel lines. Ha! Imagine putting gas in a car that has a gas leak. You putting all that gas in there, it ain't going nowhere. When you cut the fuel lines of a narcissist, that's exactly what you're doing. You're blocking them. You can't really do much if you're not getting narcissistic fuel and narcissistic supply. You cut the supply because why? They feed off emotional reactions. Cutting the supply means stop showing anger, stop showing fear, stop showing guilt, stop showing confusion, stop explaining yourself, all of that. Mika AHPEI. I don't want to mispronounce it, but thank you for the super chat. Let me see what Mika said. Thank you. I love your passion to help us heal so we can thrive to become a better version of ourselves. I'm in my healing phase. I was with my narc for 14 years. My divorce took 2 years to be finalized. So my journey for sovereignty will take time, but you're going to get there. You're going to get there. You're on a path. Listen, guys, the healing journey is not linear. It's not a straight shot. It's like this. So it takes time and it's a journey. That's why we're all in different phases of it. Everyone's story, everyone's timeline is a little different. So I get it. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate your love and support. For real. That's so cool. The narcissistic supply got to get cut. Sovereignty means that emotional regulation kicks in. You recognize the tactics. You remain calm. You don't even react at all. You're not getting any words. You're not getting any, I'm not even giving. I'm sorry about that. I froze up because my phone was ringing. My bad. But like I said, sovereignty means emotional self-regulation. You now recognize the manipulation and you're responding with calmness or you're not responding at all. At this point, they'll be lucky if they even get a peep from you. They'll be lucky if they can even hear you burp or fart, okay? They get nothing. Cutting off the supply. This means without your emotional supply, the narcissist becomes desperate and powerless. Desperate and powerless, yo. That's beautiful. Happy Winning Wednesday, because that's beautiful. The cutting of the supply means that you withdrew. This withdrawal of supply is the rope. When you withdraw, that's the rope. You're basically like, man, go hang yourself. Because the withdrawal of the supply is a tool. And you have control of that tool. It's a tool that you hold that can bring their control to an end. The cutting of the supply is the end of the game for them. They thought it was cute and fun and funny to be doing you like this and to be pulling you along like this. But then all of a sudden, you cut that fuel line. It's like cutting the brake lines off of a car. Good luck. You about to die. You about to crash tonight. You're going to crash and burn, baby. Exposing these patterns. That's the sovereignty. Exposing the patterns. The narcissists rely on secrecy and unpredictability to confuse their victims. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. It's always something that just keeps you in a confused state of mind. As a sovereign individual, you learn the behavioral patterns. Now everything they do becomes very predictable. You start to see right through it. You start to recognize when you're being idealized, devalued, discarded. You start to understand. You're like, oh, that's what's happening. I'm being love bombed again. Oh, I'm being hoovered. Oh, that's what they're doing. And again, it's not always just a romantic partner. Your parents do it to you too. Yes, they do. They know how to get you. This awareness removes their ability to surprise or manipulate you. You're not surprising me with your tactics no more. They're getting boring. At this point, I'm falling asleep when you throw your temper tantrums, Narc. I'm just like, oh, you're not done yet? You still talking? Okay. You're not tired? I'm bored. You're predictable. I know exactly what you're doing and I know exactly what you're about to do. Sometimes you get to this state of mind, in this state of your journey, you see everything the narcissist is going to do before they do it. This transparency is part of the rope. Knowledge is power and it unveils their facade. And when their facade gets unraveled, it's like, yeah, here you go. Go hang yourself. Sovereignty is setting boundaries that limits their reach, y'all. Because narcissists push limits constantly. They're always looking for ways to invade your emotional and physical space. My God, they don't respect your damn space. They don't respect privacy, nothing. They're always all up in your business. Always trying to control what you're doing and watching what you're doing and all up in your grill. Sovereignty means setting clear, non-negotiable boundaries around what you will accept and what you won't. Because sometimes you still living with them. Sometimes you got to raise a kid with them. This is when that type of conversation becomes important. You can be sovereign and still be living with a narc and still be co-parenting with a narc. Because the key thing is cut the supply. Stop reacting and responding. Stop caring so fucking much. Show them that you don't care and watch what it does. Watch what you see happen before you. They fall apart, collapse right in front of you because you no longer care. You're not reacting. They're going to call you all kind of names. They're going to say you never loved them. You never cared. And you just sit there and just look like a rock. Are you done? Just think, don't say it out. Don't say, are you done out loud? Say it in your head. Just look at them like you stupid. Just get silent. You ever tried that? Unbothered, Angela Cooper. That's right. Ever tried showing unbotheredness to a narcissist? They might pack up and leave. You trying to get rid of them, become unbothered. Watch what it do. They will expeditiously pack their shit and leave soon as they can. They gonna look for somebody on Facebook to replace you right now if they know that you are unbothered. Sovereignty brings those firm boundaries, man. The type of boundaries that narcissists can't stand. Can't stand. Boundaries are like barriers. It restricts their access to your energy and your life. And that's what they live for. They want access to your energy and your life. So when you put boundaries up, it blocks them. They get so butthurt and confused. Now they calling you a witch. They calling you evil. And you just sit there unbothered like, okay. Okay. Because when you enforce your boundaries, you frustrate and you weaken a narcissist. You know why? Because your boundaries cause them to lose their playground. That narcissists don't love you, don't give a rat's ass about you. They're using you as a playground. You're a joke to a narcissist. And I'm not saying that to be mean. That is the flat out truth. They don't give two fucks about you. But if they can get you to believe they do care about you, oh yeah, they got you. In that sense, they gave you a rope to hang yourself. Woo! Woo! Ever felt suicidal dealing with a narcissist? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's why your boundaries are the rope for them. It restricts their movement and their influence. Refusing to internalize their lies. My God, that's a big one. That's a big one because narcissists gaslight people. They cause self-doubt and confusion so heavily that sovereignty means trusting your own reality and your intuition. That means you're refusing to accept their distorted narratives. I don't give a damn what you're telling me. I know the truth. And I'm not going to internalize your lies. I'm shutting it down. I don't care what it sounds like, what it looks like. It's not the truth. I walk in truth. I stand on truth. With all my fingers and all my toes, I'm standing on truth. Period. Keenly Ambrios, thank you, love. Keenly says, you have such a way with words. Thank you for your service to the collective. Thanks, Keenly Ambrios. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you for being here. Much, much love. Sovereignty, man. It means you're refusing to internalize their lies. This is mental clarity and confidence that deprive the narcissist of control over your mind. Sovereignty. Your mental sovereignty is the rope that unties you from their manipulations. It unties you. It breaks the shackles off your feet so you can dance. It breaks the shackles off your feet. Sovereignty helps you build a supportive community as well. Yes, it does. Narcissists thrive on isolating their victims. A lot of you that said, oh, I'm in my sovereignty phase. I'm pretty sure you have a new community. Look at where you're at right now. You have a stronger community. You have a different support system. You're evolving. Sometimes after the narcissistic situationships fall apart, you reconnect with people that they tried to pull you away from. Because sovereignty means I'm going to rebuild or start to build a supportive community. I want like-hearted and like-minded, like-spirited people around me. And if you're not like that, I don't want you around me. You can't even be around me. Nope, can't sit at my table. Not welcomed in my home. Sovereignty often comes with rebuilding connections, support networks, therapy, community. Some of y'all, because you're in your sovereignty phase of this, that's how you even found communities like this. It came to your algorithm for a reason. You manifested this. This external support acts like a safety net. You need that. The narcissist isolation tactics unravel and their influence diminishes when you have a supportive system. When you have people in your life that can tell you like, you so much better than that loser that you was with. It starts to click, you gain more clarity. You're like, oh my God, you're right. What was I thinking? What was I doing? What am I doing? Why am I even talking or thinking about this person? Ew. I don't know about you guys, but I built such a strong, healthy community after going through narcissistic abuse that I have some people in my life that would never allow me to fall backwards, go backwards, keep me on my toes. Even this community here, the empowerment that comes with seeing y'all's comments and the engagement and all of that, it's impactful. Sovereignty brought that. The ironic truth here, I'm going to share with you before I let you go. The ironic truth here is that rope that I'm talking about is your power. The rope that I'm saying they ended up taking and you gave it to them to hang themselves. I'm talking about your power. Your power. I'm not talking about literally, handing them a rope like my braids and telling the narcissist, go choke yourself, bitch. No. I'm talking about your power. That's the rope. The metaphor, the narcissist gave you the rope to hang themselves. It simply means your awakening and empowerment, aka your sovereignty, are the tools that end their reign. They don't rule over you no more, baby. By learning, growing, setting boundaries, you hold the means to break free from their control. You dismantle their control. The rope is not a tool of punishment, but a symbol of freedom. The power you now hold to protect yourself and reclaim your life. That is the rope. A symbol of freedom. Let them choke on it. Let them die with it. Let them die with the defeat. Let them die with the rage that whatever. Who cares how they feeling? You're free now. You're free now. And the new version of yourself is destroying them because they see it. They see it. They see you're free. They're narcissistically nosy asses. They see it. Their flying monkeys are reporting your glow. They're hearing about you. They're hearing about you, honey. They are not feeling the fact that you're free when you used to be their victim. It was never supposed to go down like that. You were never supposed to get away, break free, cut loose like that. Now you somewhere making your own decisions, living authentically, waking up how you want to wake up, live how you want to live, hang out with who you want to hang out with. They are somewhere dying inside knowing that you are this free and that they have no control. You somewhere loving yourself and they're not in your life to tell you all this hateful stuff. Tell you how you ain't good enough and you're this and you're that. They are pissed that they can't be that evil negative in your life no more. The ultimate defeat. You free. You free as hell. You too free. Let them tell it. You so free it bothers them. You so free is messing up whatever they got going on right now with whoever they laid up with right now. Your freedom is fucking it all up for them. It got them trying to figure out how can I be seen? That's why you getting drive-bys, weird calls, people you ain't spoke to in ages reaching out to you, talking to you about weird shit because they trying to, man, they bothered. What's up, Yvette Pena? Thank you for the super chat. Said a sovereign woman doesn't fight for power. She embodies it. And anything misaligned falls away. Come on, girl. You better stop playing with these deep insights. When you going to write a book? That's great. I love that. A sovereign woman or even man doesn't fight for power. They embody it. And anything misaligned falls away. Absolutely. Absolutely. Gosh, that was amazing. Thank you for sharing that, and thank you for the super chat. For those of you in the audience, this is the last engaging activity that I want to ask you to join us and the others with after listening to this live and hearing what I had to say about sovereignty. Think about a moment when you felt you took back control, when you didn't react the way they expected, or when you set a firm boundary. How did that feel? How did it change the dynamic? I would love for you to share your experience in the chat. If you're watching this on replay, I invite you to drop your comment. How did it feel? Think about the moment when you took back control. How did it feel? How did it change the dynamic? Did you now become the villain? Did you now become the problem? Did you feel relieved? Share your experience in the chat for me. Share your experience in the chat for me. I just want to leave you by telling you that just remember, your journey from survivor to sovereign is a testament of your strength. The narcissist tried to control the story, your story. They tried to control everything. But now you are writing your own ending. It's full of power, peace, and sovereignty. That's how it turns out in the end. And please know, if you're out there, you feel alone, you're not alone. That's why this community exists. We're stronger together, y'all. So I thank y'all for being here, sharing your energy. I want to open up the floor for questions and reflections, but I'm going to try and read the comments before I let y'all go. I know it's late for some of y'all, so I won't hold y'all too long. But please feel free to reach out. You can email me at MamiSoTrue@gmail.com. If you need the link on booking sessions, you can find that on all my platforms. Go to the description box, go to my bio pages. It's everywhere. You know, if you're having a hard time, just email me. All that information is in the description box if you look below. But you're not by yourself. And I just appreciate you taking time to gain this knowledge and the awareness of what you're experiencing. Just know that you can heal and you will heal. And yeah, happy Winning Wednesday. So let's get into this chat real quick, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Let me see what we got here. I'm not gonna go too far up because I know it's like a lot of chats. Hey, chosen by God, good to see you in the chat. Leslie Renee, I love that. Make them invisible to you. Period. Bye, Smooth Jazz. Hey. I had a narc text me out the blue. Blocked them. Block. Hey, sovereignty, okay? Sovereignty. Oh, man. Block, no remorse. No remorse. You got to go. There's Eric C2420 or Erica said they not worth eye contact or a high. Sure ain't. Sure ain't. Oh man, some of y'all are so strong. Them narcs probably wish they never met you. Because by the time you was through with them, they wasn't the same. They thought they was abusing you and all that, and had you all messed up and all that. Boy, some of y'all, after dealing with you, that narcissist can't even come back from it. They still talking about you to the new supply. They still having conversations over dinner with their family about you. They just cannot stop talking about you. That ego is bruised for life, baby. Ooh. But damn, it ain't enough narcissistic supply for them to regrow that ego. It's over. You flattened it. You destroyed it. All that grandiosity is gone. That's why sometimes you hear narcissists calling themselves empaths and calling the person they abused the narcissist. They are so brutally butthurt that they are claiming victim now. They really think they're the victim because they are flabbergasted about how you destroyed them. You shitted all over that ego. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. We need to give them a narking diaper. Hold it all together because they losing it. They can't believe how you disrespectfully cut them off like that. Woo! Yoli GNZ said 100% facts. All of what you have educated us, forever grateful. Oh, appreciate you, love. Appreciate you. Damn, Sir Valvi said they wouldn't pee on you if you were on fire. No, they won't. Cause they heartless. They don't give a damn about nobody. They don't even care about themselves for real. Shoot. Gina Hopkins said, get therapy as well as had to go lay on the couch after 15 years of the marriage. Yep, you took steps to heal. You took steps to heal as you should. Sovereignty, survivor, oh my God. Discern Target 6891 said, my sovereignty brought more blessings. Ah! Yes, Lord. Ah! Woo! God is good. Smooth Jazz said, I'm meeting so many beautiful people. Y'all my fam. Meeting beautiful, like-minded people in my day-to-day life too. Yeah. Rebuilding connections, man. Rebuilding connections. Manifesting people that deserve to be in your circle, in your life. The people that deserve your time, your energy, and your efforts. Sovereignty. Ah, I love it. I love it. I love it here, y'all. Ah, Shea, Dejea. When you pull the power back, the lights go out for them. Oh, yeah. You were the light. You supplied the light. So, yeah, you take your power back. Boy, Georgia Power done cut that. It's off. No more electricity. Man. Tyra Medlock. 15 years of this, and I still can't believe I was being done like this. Shit really hurts when your mind is finally free to see what was going on. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But now we can grow forward, right? We can grow forward. It's painful. It's painful. That's why we celebrate the win of getting out and escaping and not just surviving it, but now thriving after. Thank you for sharing. Welcome, Gina Hopkins. Thanks for subscribing. It's good to see you and have you here. Thank y'all for 100 likes. I appreciate you guys. We made our goal today. Yes, Chosen by God said we needed the abuse to awaken us so we could break generational curses. Yes. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. You talking. You talking. Because the new us, they could never. They could never. The redefined us, the refined us, they could never. If this is who we were before the narcissist, we wouldn't even have these experiences to share. We wouldn't even be here. They could never. We've become their worst nightmare, man. But in actuality, it was some lessons that was taught that needed to be learned for many of us. And it just is what it is. You just got to get to the point where you can see that, where you can gain the perspective of truth. Like, man, this demon really taught me something. With that in mind, stay tuned for tomorrow's video because it's moving. We're healing and it don't stop. And I want to keep sharing and exploring and expounding and elaborating on things that I say and what I mean, because we ain't just talking it, y'all. We walking it. I don't just talk it. I walk it like I talk it. So if I'm saying it, I'm explaining it because I really live this. Beyond being a life coach, this is my life too. That's why I resonate with y'all so much. I appreciate y'all being here on tonight. Let me see. I'm going to read a couple more comments and I'm going to let y'all go. Thank you all for those that shared the super chat with me. Shout out to my members that are in the house. Check out the membership too if you guys are interested in getting some of these perks that YouTube offers for members. Go ahead and check that out as well. Keenly Embryo says the level of devaluation feels so foreign now. I have zero tolerance for it. Yeah, when you start feeling anything close to narcissistic abuse, zero tolerance. Sovereignty. I love myself so much now that it would be such a huge self-betrayal and injustice for me to ignore red flags and ignore things that I know don't feel right. Sovereignty. From survivor to sovereign, y'all. God is so good. Glory be to God. For real. For real, for real. Because, woo, Jesus. East Dad, what's up? Thank you for the super chat, love. They are exhausting. They are exhausting. And it's like, but exhausting us forced us to find our inner strength, tap into our resilient selves, and become these sovereign beings that we are now. Yeah, they lost bad. Oh, well. Oh, well. I appreciate y'all. There's so much in the chat. I wish I could sit here and read it all, but I'm going to take some time and maybe catch the replay another time and read some of these comments. Hopefully YouTube lets the chat replay show up. But catch this on replay if you missed tonight's live, and catch me Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern time for Saturday's afternoon live. We're just going to touch base briefly, kind of elaborate off of this live and give you some more tools to help you thrive and remain thriving. So again, thank you for your love, your support, and your time on tonight. I'm going to let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your evening, day, morning, wherever you are. And I'll see you back again soon. Take care of yourself. Next week, we're back on Winning Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Y'all take care of yourselves. Keep thriving. Stay blessed. Stay true. Until next time, everybody. Bye.